There we go. All right, good evening. So tonight we are going to make ham and cheese quinoa muffins. They're an absolute favorite of mine. And I'm going to try these banana and oatmeal energy bars that I've never made before. So we'll give them a whirl as well. All right, so I have searched them up in Cookie Do, and then I have saved them to today. I've done my meal planning. So I just need to go into here, into my week. And then we're going to do the banana and oatmeal energy bars first. So each recipe, picture at the start, picture at the end. And we have all our ingredients and our prep and our utensils and our hints and tips and background information. Healthier bar uses dates and bananas for natural sweetness. Combined with nutrient-rich oats, this is a simple recipe, can be made ahead and stored in airtight containers. Excellent. Excellent. Good to know. All right. Balance of complex and simple carbohydrates. That's good to know. Oh, that's more information than I've seen on some of them. That's good. All right, let's start cooking. Preheat oven to 180. I have done that. Then it says grease a square baking tin, 20 centimeter, and line with baking paper. What I'm actually going to do, I bought this. It is supposedly a brownie pan, but I'm going to use it for this and give it a whirl. Give it a try. And I know that I don't need to grease our rose gold 99% of the time. So 100 grams of pitted dates. 102, perfect. Insert the measuring cup. Oh, sorry, it's turbo. So 2 seconds, turbo. Because we have a symbol rather than a speed, all we need to do is turn our selector button one, and it goes 10,700 RPM. So do it 2 times. There we go. And I can actually hear that it's gone again. So then next, and then it opens up because it locked itself for safety. And let me show you. What has that? Oh, that one. Oh, it's a little bit close. All right. So that's our dates. 100 grams of walnuts. And then 100 grams of rolled oats. And then 50 grams of desiccated coconut. I've actually got shredded coconut. So sometimes you just use whatever's in the cupboard. Two bananas cut into pieces. I left them like this so I didn't go too manky before we started. As always, you either have no bananas because they've all been eaten, or you've got 3 or 4 sitting there going brown. So that's where they're at today. So I thought I'd make these rather than the banana bread, although I highly recommend the banana bread on Cookie Do. So approximately 200. All right, 220. That'll do me. And then a half teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon. That's a teaspoon, so I'll just do half. And then 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. That'll make it taste nice. There we go. And then next, insert our measuring cup. So it's going to turbo again. So 2 seconds in turbo. Now with turbo, you can actually choose half a second, 1 second, or 2 seconds. So, but the recipe has chosen 2 seconds. So I'm just going to do that twice. And then go next. So pour the mixture in. That was pretty quick. So this week I'm looking at ideas for snacks and lunches, school lunches and things for me, because sometimes I go out and I have 2 cooking experiences in a day, or I'm driving a long distance because I've got something to do. So, and I often forget to take snacks with me. And of course, then I end up, every time I fill up with petrol, I get, so just spreading those dates through it. So then I end up buying rubbish, as always. All right. So use the back of the spoon. So I'll just put it in, so we'll see how many it does. I don't want to make them too thick because they're only supposed to be bars. Let's see how we go. And then I'm thinking I might make a few other different bars as well. And we always, when we do our banana bread, we stick it, slice it and stick it in the freezer. And that does really well coming straight out of the freezer. And then I'm going to look at some other things, and hopefully I'll make some stuff tomorrow and or Friday, and maybe do some Facebook Lives as well, just to shake it up a little. That. Certainly smells nice. And then, of course, we can use cookie dough to look up snacks or energy bars or energy balls, and that sort of stuff. I did look up back to school, but there wasn't a huge amount that I was all that into. So the tags are great. So you can type in tags when you're searching through cookie dough. That tags are in filters. That one in there. And then the next one is ham and cheese quinoa muffins. Absolutely love these things. I make them either mini or big, and I make them obviously without the ham. There's ham in them. I make them without the ham for our vegetarian, and they're fantastic. I just put them in the freezer, and then warm it up in the microwave when you grab it out, and they're awesome. All right, so there are our banana and oatmeal energy bars. And next, using a knife, scald the surface into bars. Don't need to do that. Bake for 30 minutes. All right, I will put that to the side, and I'll put them both in at the same. Actually, no, I'll throw it in now. Because the other one says 25 to 30 minutes. All right, so set aside in the tin to cool, and then remove once cool and cut along the scored lines. Serve or store in an airtight container. And that's it. That was quick. Used to having stacks and stacks and steps and ingredients. So then the next one, we will go to my week. Ham and cheese quinoa muffins. So you see that it says recipe has been updated. Sometimes that's because they have fixed a spelling mistake. They might have added some tags to it. They might have added a video inside the recipe. It's not necessarily that they've completely changed the recipe. It could be something quite benign. Okay, preheat oven 180, done that. So silicone cupcake. So all I have done is I have actually sprayed my rose gold muffin tray because 99% of things that I make don't need spray at all. But this one particular recipe, I know from making it several times that I need to spray it. So 100 grams of cheddar cheese. So I've got my cheddar and my Parmesan. So it's 140 of Parmesan, 154, close enough. Insert the measuring cup. Next, so 10 seconds at speed 9, and away it goes. Seconds. There we go. Next, so transfer into a bowl. Let me show you. There we go. So the reason you can do speed 9 with cheddar or speed, because normally if it was just cheddar, you would do it maybe speed 7 because it does clump up unless it's very cold from the fridge. But once we put Parmesan in, we can do that. But you just, for the less hard cheeses, the softer cheeses, the slightly softer cheeses than Parmesan, you just use a slower speed setting. All right, so now I have actually done this step. I have put a litre of water in, 130 grams of quinoa. And then I've cooked it for 20 minutes already. Saving us a little bit of time. So here we go. Here's our video. It's actually showing you how to take the basket out of the Thermomix. So that is super handy to have videos within recipes to show you how to do things. I love them. The best one I think is the making pasta from scratch. It actually shows you all the, there's videos of showing you all the different ways that you can shape your pasta, which is really cool. All right, then next, rinse and dry the mixing bowl. Not going to do that. Next, so 3 sprigs of parsley. Haven't got parsley. I've got 3 bunches of coriander, but no parsley. So we'll just have to go without. 2 spring onions. I do have that though. So I've just chopped it into little pieces. Insert the measuring cup. So this is one that I enjoy doing. And there's lots of really great small meals. So we were talking earlier about maybe doing a potato bake in a muffin tray. That would be awesome. So then it says scrape down. So I'll do that. And things such as I really love getting wonton wrappers and putting them in my muffin tray and then putting quiche, like a quiche mixture, so eggs and capsicum, ham, all that sort of stuff mixed up and put it in there and then bake it. That is a real winner. They need to be eaten straight away though, because the wontons are lovely and crisp when it comes out of the oven. But if you put it in a container and let it sweat, obviously they're not crunchy anymore. Okay, so 130 grams of zucchini, pre-chopped up. Insert our mixing bowl. So 3 seconds at speed 5. Shows me where 5 is. Scrape down the sides. Let me think. So there's lots of other things that you can do. There we go. And make, I like lots of mini things. So I'd love to go on a mini baking spree, actually. Lots of like little mini healthy snacks and stuff. So 100 grams of ham. So obviously this one is for me and not the vegetarian. So I just bought, you know, 100-gram packet of ham from Woolies and just chopped it up. There we go. 2 eggs. I've already done those. And then it's 2 egg whites. So I have already separated them. I've put the yolks in the fridge for hopefully something tomorrow. So I don't like waste. Pinch of salt. And a pinch of pepper. Of course, I put my pepper somewhere. So let's use this one. Next, add our cheese back in. And then our reserved cooked quinoa. So this is what it looks like. I'm using the tricolor quinoa. I'm not sure if you've ever used it, but it is really nice. There's lots of recipes in Cookie Dough that use quinoa, and it's a lovely change to, and same as using, I'll remember the word later, couscous. Either the normal couscous or the Israeli couscous, just changing it up from using pasta or rice all the time. And the same as I love to do risotto sometimes. That's really cool as well. It's still pasta, but it's different. So it's nice to do things a little bit different sometimes, because sometimes we get into a rut and just make what we know. So there, quinoa. And quinoa has actually been around a heck of a lot longer than I thought. We were actually in Rome in, I'm going to say 2016 maybe, and on the side of a big building actually said celebrating 50 years of quinoa. And I'm like, oh, I only heard about it about 2 years ago. So obviously the rest of the world, as always, is well ahead of us. So insert measuring cup, and then it's 10 seconds, speed 4, and it's put it on reverse because we want to stir, we don't want to chop. We'll see how we go. Next, transfer into our muffin tray and then bake for 25 to 30. So there it is all mixed up. So I couldn't remember whether I used to fill, there we go. And I'd usually do 2 batches at a time because this sort of thing is so quick that you can easily make lots of batches and stick them all in the freezer, you know, without having to slave over a stove or anything for hours on end. And that's quite easy to get in, except when you make a big mess. All right, put it down. So it doesn't actually rise a huge amount, just a little bit, so you can fill it quite full. Not quite that much. Might leave some for after and fill another tray. Well, that's probably only one or two. So, and then what we'll do is we'll do a quick look at what we do. And then I'll pop pictures of our cooked items on my Facebook. Okay. Done there. That will do. Grab my spatula out. How's everybody going there? Good. So we've made, so it's just taken about 20 minutes, except for, of course, I pre-prepared the quinoa. So that's an extra 20 minutes on top as well. There we go. Spit it out. There we go. All right, so I'll pop these in the oven and then I'll come back. Mm, 15, 13. All right, so I'll set my timer so I don't burn the first ones. Okay, so I will just share screen and do a little bit of cookie dough. So let us explore. So don't forget that when you register with Cookie Dough in Australia, you get 3,000 recipes, but we go to our profile and we change our filter preferences. I'm going to change back to Veggie Cook for a little while. We change our filter preferences to language English and we deselect Australia. And then we go from 3,000 recipes to 10,000 recipes in English and then hit save. You don't have to. If you're happy just with the 3,000 somewhat Australian recipes, go for it. So let's check out the new stuff. So there's a whole bunch of making your own spices, which is awesome. And they're celebrating Forberg, the manufacturer of Thermomix, 140 years they've been around. They've been making vacuums for 90 odd years and Thermomixes for 50 odd. So they are huge. So layer it up. So that's giving you suggestions. So just click on that. Oh, that's only going to take you to that. Let's go back and have a look. Back up the top here. If we hit search, just something for you to look at that you can do. You can either look at recipes or collections. So every recipe is in a collection, whether it's a big cookbook of 180 recipes or it's a small lot of 7 to 12 recipes. When you actually open Cookie Dough as a website, not an app, you can actually look at articles. So I'm going to open the articles and I'm going to scroll down and click Australia. And there's just some amazing stuff here. Mushrooms, Less Waste Kitchen, Easter menu, all our different modes. There's a whole stack of mode stuff there that you can read. All the modes, ice cream for everybody. So if I open that, it gives me some suggestions for ice cream. Then it talks about the thicken mode and some custard, what's trending, how to serve the perfect spoon, dairy-free, all that sort of stuff. The mushroom one is actually, that's pretty good. So it has suggestions, but then it also has, let's have a look for another one. So there you go, reinventing Christmas. Let's see what it says. So there's all sorts of different suggestions and repurposing, taking it a hint, that sort of stuff. Charity afternoon tea. So that's pretty cool. So you can go down that exploration lane. Let's go back to the previous, because there's the mushroom one. Talks about mushroom varieties and different soups. Nice. Mushroom tarts. Soak or not to soak. So that's really cool as well. Oh, there you go. Selecting, storing. So a whole stack of information there. So it's not just recipes. There's lots of hints and stuff as well. And then also, if we go back to our front page, you've got featured, but then you've got for you. So I've chosen veggie, being a veggie cook. So there's also, it's suggesting veggie recipes, but then trending now, ragu, wagon wheel slice, everyday recipes as well. So there's lots and lots of suggestions, and then we'll go to themes. And then these are more articles as well. So cook like a French chef. So that's a little bit of a story. Simplicity. So that is pretty cool. So Cookie Do is not just our 87,000 recipes. Is there any questions? So this is what our light's not quite right, but that's what my quinoa muffins are going to look like. Any questions at all? Oh, can't hear. Hang on. Oh, you've not unmuted.
What could you use as a substitute for quinoa? Do you know?
Ooh. Good question. Let me just Google that. I would say couscous, but I might be wrong. Because can you not have quinoa?
No.
Oh, no.
Have all these allergy test things done, and then I've got so many things that I shouldn't be having that I cook all the time with. So I try to alleviate them.
Right. Cooked rice, cooked couscous, barley or chickpeas.
Oh, I might have to try them with chickpeas.
Yeah. Cool. There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Let me I will see how this one's going. I'll pull that out because it's looking quite done, and I'll show you. There we go. Pretty much just looks the same, just a little bit browner.
They look nice though.
Yeah. Oh, they smell good. I'm gonna look forward to having those actually. Awesome. All right. So I'll put them to the side, and then the other ones are going to take probably about another 20 minutes. So I will let you go. Let me just.
Thanks, Lisa. We look forward to seeing you